You poor naive chump.
Do you ever sniff your cats?
Yeah.
Like you just smell them?
Well, I mean, I want to make sure they're not stinky piss babies.
I sniff my cats because I like the way they smell. My cats smell good.
Sometimes my cats smell fine. Sometimes they're stinky piss babies and they need a little bit of a wash. Jojo, you're being a piss baby right now and it has nothing to do with your smell. Alright. I'm not
Bluebell is bringing a collection of her toys in here. She's brought in 3 springs individually.
Jojo decided that everything on my desk is the most interesting thing right now that I'm recording.
It's always right when we start recording that this happens, huh?
Well, if I record, like if I'm doing a podcast, Jojo has to come in here and bother and mess with the microphone and the cables. If I'm streaming, Misfortune has to jump up on my lap and try and play on the keyboard and push the mouse around. Misery will just come in here when she hears me talk. And then the other ones, like my other pets, are all pretty agreeable when it comes to the room.
Yeah, Captain stays out of the room for the most part, but Bluebell, as soon as things are happening, she's there. She has FOMO big time.
Yeah, it sounds like we just have the same issue.
Welcome to the cat episode, everyone.
Speaking of JoJo, so one of her nicknames is the monkey because she looks like a little spider monkey. She's always jumping up and down things and like grabbing stuff with her hands. That leads me to talk about this movie that I watched the other day called The Monkey.
Is that the one with the wind-up monkey toy?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Stephen King. I like his short stories a lot more, too, just because they're just bite-sized, weird things to just, like, you read it real quick and it's over with, kind of like ghost stories.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why they wanted to make a whole movie out of the concept of the monkey, but I'm not saying that I hated it. I'm a little peeved that I spent money on it.
How much money did you spend?
It was $6.
$6 whole dollars.
Yeah,
folks.
I mean, that tells you, if I'm upset that I spent $6 to watch this, the thing is, right, is I can't say I didn't like it. It was fun. Like, it was creative. The movie knew what it wanted to be, start to finish, but it really lost the plot in the second half, and I really feel like they just kind of had to put a story together just to have a story for the movie. Otherwise, it's just senseless violence, which is what The Monkey is.
Like, they were ready to give, like, a good effort, and then they realized they had half of a movie to make.
No, I don't even think it was anything like that. I really think like they came up with the kills first, and then the rest of the movie just kind of came after.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'm not really a horror guy, so that's completely out of my wheelhouse.
But the kills were cool. The special effects looked really nice. It's just that it could have just been a shorter movie.
Like, how long was it?
I think it was just an hour and a half. But it just didn't feel like it had enough substance to be feature length.
Speaking of shitty movies, you know what I watched the other day? The 2025 remake of War of the Worlds with Ice Cube as the main character.
Why would you watch that? Like, just for the
memes?
memes?
That was so fucking bad. Well, I wanted to watch it because it was not advertised, but like from what people had said, it was like so bad it's good. They're kind of right, but dude, it was so fucking bad. Like that has to be like the worst movie I've seen this decade. Like it felt like a high schooler's like final project for, film club,
You could not
just with
pay
a
me.
higher budget.
You could not pay me to sit through that fucking film.
Well, joke's on you, because we're going to watch it together.
Okay, I'll make this promise to you right now. We'll watch that movie together. In fact, we'll do a whole marathon, a watch along stream, starting with that movie. If and only if we get, I gotta set some sort of goal, something tangible, but also out of reach. Okay. If you can get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, here I'll even sweeten the pot if either of us break 1,000 by the end of the year.
That'll be our 1,000 subscriber special.
Yeah, instead of me getting in a tub full of soup.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
It was fun at the time. It's a product. It's a
I
product
remember,
of its time.
Yeah. I had a memory of that the other day.
I still have that video.
Yeah, no, it was really bad. Like, the animation wasn't great. The execution wasn't great. I feel like a modern War of the Worlds remake, all taking place on a computer screen, could have been good. Like, they almost got it right. But then they fumbled the bag, like, immediately.
It made me think of that one alien project I tried working on, but I was out of my league. Where
that could happen later down the road.
Yeah, I don't know anything about special effects to the degree that I wanted to do. Even though on paper.
So this is the cat episode. So I have to tell you something that Captain Baxter does to Kelly every day. Well, not every day, but often enough.
Okay.
So we have a little mini fridge in our kitchen that has like all of our beer and, stuff like that, alcohol stuff. And every time that Kelly reaches down and opens that, Captain yells at her. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I'm sure he's equating something to something else. Now, whenever I do it, he never yells at me. He's cool with me drinking alcohol. But for some reason, he doesn't want Kelly to.
He's a silly little guy. He just wants her to take care of
I just thought that was
herself.
funny. Something funny that he does. It's a very interesting character.
Yeah, he's just a good boy.
I agree with that. He is a good boy. I know this is the cat episode, but I want to talk about Nintendo for a minute.
All right, my favorite punching bag. Let's go.
It feels like Nintendo's actively trying to go bankrupt.
They won't.
I know they won't.
The most frustrating part about all of this is the fact that they won't.
They won't fail. But so Mario Kart World right now, obviously, a lot of people got it and whatever, but for the price point that it's at, people are so fucking upset with the game. They won't listen. And so one of the biggest things is, there's intermission tracks. That's basically essentially just a straight line. And people don't really love those tracks. They'd rather not play them. And there was a thing for a while that when you were playing online, whenever you chose the next track to play on, there would always be 9 times out of 10 it would be mostly intermission tracks that you can choose from. However, people found out that if you chose random, it would always choose a 3-lap track, every time. So people started doing that. And Nintendo caught wind of that and was like, you know what? We'll go ahead and update the game for everybody. So they updated the game, and made it so that the random button didn't choose just 3-lap tracks. It chose one of the 200 intermission tracks that nobody likes. So they made it worse. They're actively making their games worse. And they're getting away with it.
What are you going to do? Play the other Mario Kart?
A lot of people are. A lot of people are switching back to 8 Deluxe.
No, but what are you going to do when they decide to update that game and just make it unfun?
I don't, dude. It's baffling to me that they don't want, like, why wouldn't you want to at least, like, okay, here's a little tweak, to make it just a little bit more fun. Like, you really didn't, there's a lot more problems with that game from what I've seen. But, like, the one thing that people were, like, kind of okay with, you took it away. Like, why would you actively want to make your game worse?
I'm at a loss for words. Every turn, Nintendo just continues to make the smartest business decisions and the worst customer decisions.
Exactly, that's the point.
And that is the crux of the issue.
And it's not just Nintendo. I mean, Game Freak too. I'm
Game
roping
Freak
them
is
in because
Nintendo.
I mean, yeah, it's a kind of a Nintendo exclusive sort of thing. But it's its own separate entity. But the thing is, with Pokemon, they got like one more chance to make shit right. Nobody was happy with Scarlet and Violet. I know I wasn't.
They have unlimited chances, dude.
But here's the thing: they got like, I think they're going to see a severe dip in quality or severe dip in sales after Generation 10 if they don't fix their problems.
I'd like to think that too. History has a record of saying otherwise.
I guess so. I think here's the biggest thing. The biggest thing that's keeping these companies afloat are the content creators that are buying these games just to shit on them. There's so many people out there buying the games just to stream it or just to play it for other people. So,
actually, I have a story about that, and it's old news by now, but it really speaks to how much I feel about this whole Nintendo situation. But a YouTuber that I really enjoy his content, or I did, I have different feelings now, but Mutahar, Some Ordinary Gamers, those of you who know who he is, he very much is against the same shit with Nintendo that we are. And it's not just that, but the game preservation side of things and the way that they're militaristic against anyone and everyone who tries to do any sort of event or, make mods for their games that they no longer even sell. But
that's a whole other can of worms.
But going back to what Mutahar did, is he was one of the people at the front of the let's boycott Nintendo, let's not buy the Switch 2, anything like that. And he bought one. And I felt like, I get it. This is your job. You're supposed to you review tech. It's one of the things that you do. You review tech and you talk about how they work, what it means, whatever, however you want to argue it. But you made such a big point to stick it to the man. We're not going to give this company money. And your goofy ass waited in line. Well, you didn't wait in line, but your goofy ass just walked in and bought one. And, normally I don't care what people do. Even if it's like, say one thing, do another. At the end of the day, I don't care. Especially when it's some person who I only know through fucking clicks on a screen. But just the disappointment, I guess, I felt. It's like finding out, one of your favorite YouTubers is actually a Minecraft YouTuber.
I mean, it's so easy to not do something, you know, and you'll get like a lot of respect for it, and then, or maybe not a lot of respect, but like some people like respect you, but you'll lose so much respect by going out of your way to buy something
that
like
you
that,
preached you wouldn't
kind of go.
Yeah, can't put
And,
down
like,
the cup.
Here's the thing: a lot of people are boycotting Nintendo because they can't afford it. I mean, I'll be honest. The only reason why I don't have a Switch 2 is because I can't afford it. You know, it's double the price of the first Switch when it came out.
I can afford it. I'm just not getting one. Like they make good games, and
okay
then. And so they make good.
I mean, I was excited for Mario Kart. I was excited for Donkey Kong.
Oh, I want to play Donkey
I'm excited.
Kong. I do.
I'm excited for Pokemon Legends ZA, but I can't justify spending money when Nintendo isn't listening to us. It's so easy. You have to listen to like maybe one majority argument, and everyone would eat that shit up. But they refuse to. Like, I don't understand the hubris of refuse. Like, I know they probably think that they're better, that they know better, and maybe they do in a business sense. But as far as, you know, their customers go, there are things that people have been asking for so long that they just put a middle finger up and say, no, we're not going to do it. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's not just Nintendo that does that.
No, Nintendo is just a really easy example because they're an exclusive platform. So it's either their rules or the highway.
And it's not just the video gaming industry either.
Well,
you know, I mean, you could say it about almost any multi-million dollar company, you know, in the world.
Look at are you familiar with the PAL Land controversy?
PAL Land.
Yeah.
Is it different than PAL World?
It sure is, and that's what's funny, right? So Nintendo is in all this litigation with PAL Land or PAL World, right? Over it's not copyright infringement, it's patent infringement. And I think it's one of the patents was gliding on PALs, so they removed that from the game. It used to be when you had certain PALs in your inventory, they would replace your glider when you used them, but they took that out of the game because of Nintendo. And then the PAL spheres, I think, were patent infringement.
Oh, because they're like that makes sense. I can get behind that because you know it's like Pokeballs.
But what about all the other creature capture games that have orbs?
I mean, I'm not saying I agree. I can just understand. Maybe I did say I agree at first, but I mean more. I understand.
We're still in the middle of the litigation with PAL World. And a little game called PAL Land drops on the Nintendo Switch shop. And it's just PAL World. Like, it's even called PAL World in its internals. I mean, it's not just PAL World. It's a shovelware spin-off. But, like, even Nintendo is just fast and loose with what it does on its own platform. Like, it'll sell us actual garbage, no problem, but anything that actually has an actual chance of being something more than what they've been putting out here lately, they just have to shut that shit down. If any event gets too big, gets too popular, and they don't have their fucking greedy ass fingers in it, no, you didn't pay that Miyazaki tax. Here's your cease and desist.
It's just frustrating because I know they're not looking at oh, we have people are dropping, you know, from playing our game right now. It's they're looking at, oh, this many people bought our game initially. That's all they're looking at. Like, so I don't know if it's 100% true, and obviously Nintendo doesn't make this public, but from what I've been seeing, people who have been playing Mario Kart World from day one, obviously, took 2 seconds to get in a lobby for a knockout tour, which is 24 players. And now, it's a month since that's all come out. And it's taking 10, 15 minutes to find a lobby. Like a month from a day one title, a Mario Kart title, that's ridiculous. It shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that hard to find a lobby. Maybe a year you could start dropping that much, but it's seeming like almost 80% of the people who bought the game and was playing it day one stopped.
I mean, here's where I'm at, just my own personal opinion. But why have Mario Kart be the only game available when you drop the console? I won't understand why we're releasing consoles without video games right now.
There's like a couple of third party that came out with, but I mean, why? Yeah, you're right. Well, they were kind of advertising the Switch as an upgrade to the Switch 1. They wanted people to see how cool their old games were when, they updated the games, to Switch 2, but that's not how they should have done it. Where's Splatoon?
Jokes on Nintendo, because
where's Splatoon 3? Where's Kirby Air Riders?
Yeah, no,
Why wasn't Donkey Kong day one? It was already ready. Clearly, it was already ready because it came out weeks after the Switch came out.
Yeah, it's just weirdness all around.
Okay, this is no longer the cat episode. This is the trashing Nintendo episode.
But I say we can switch over to something more positive, right? Because it's not like games themselves aren't fun anymore. There's still lots of fun games coming out. There's still lots of games being updated. I don't know about you, but I have found myself falling in love with a certain genre of games I used to hate.
What genre?
Survival crafting games.
Oh yeah, I could tell by all the games you've been playing recently.
I mean, Grounded 2 came out, so I checked that out a little bit. But Grounded, I'm playing Dune Awakening with my dad. That's actually, I really enjoy that.
That dwarf game?
Both.
What I forget the name of it.
That's not a survival crafting game though. That's more like an extraction shooter. Fair. But what else?
I mean, Pal World.
We played
Pal World.
Yeah, Pal World. Yeah. Well, we're on a Pal World break, waiting for an update.
But you were playing Pal World for like weeks.
Bro, I'm about to say something heinous.
Say it, buddy.
I've played hentai games that have more interesting mechanics than Pokemon.
I'm not surprised by that.
And they're like creature collection games. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, the thing is that the Pokemon formula is tired. They've been doing the same thing since Generation 1. They've been doing the same thing since 95.
Yeah, it's really sad. No, I mean this with the utmost sincerity, but it's really sad when I'm just like trying to review this shovelware hentai game, and it's actually like sometimes some mechanic or something will happen that I didn't even think of. I'm like, wow, I wish Pokemon put this much effort into their game.
The closest thing that they've been doing to like interesting things, other than battle gimmicks, which I don't like because they don't keep them around. So, screw Z-moves, screw, Gigantamax and Terrestrialization. I could care less. The closest thing that they did to change the formula was in Sun and Moon. They got rid of gyms and just did the island trial, which was really cool to see. And then recently in Scarlet and Violet, they had, a non-linear path, but they screwed it up because they didn't do level scaling right. Like, how are you going to tell me that I have a choice and then make me do it in a certain order anyway.
I actually didn't even. I'll embarrass myself. I bought Violet. Did not play it more than 10 minutes.
So
I couldn't.
I haven't fully finished Scarlet yet, just because I haven't gone to Area 0 and whatever. But, okay, so the Totem Pokemon thing, or I guess that's not what it's called in that generation, but I don't care to correct myself. But the Totem Pokemon thing is interesting. The Team Star storyline is interesting. A very compelling, team for once. It's been so long since they've had one. And then the fact that you could have challenged any gym in any order, but they, like I said, they fucked it up. Like, they had it so that you could go to any gym you wanted to, but they didn't scale the gym. It's so easy. It would have been so easy for them to start all the gym leaders off at the same level, and then as soon as you defeated one, all the gym leaders scale up until you keep defeating them all until you hit the last one. The amount of money that Pokemon makes, there's no excuse for the laziness.
Yeah, their games aren't like. I know that we haven't made our game yet, or any game, but their games aren't that difficult to make. It's mostly just number crunching. And then you just got to pay people to make the assets.
And I want people to know that I'm not upset with the lower people on the totem pole, the ones that are desperately trying to make the game work. I'm upset with the higher ups that make the decisions that don't make sense. Like the most amazing things that they've done in the past, what is it? I'll say 5 years. They did was Mega Evolution 5 years ago? When did Mega Evolution even come out?
Isn't Mega Evolution was X and Y, wasn't it? Look, Mega Evolution is the best thing to come out of Pokemon
because it was interesting
in recent memory. Right, it took the designs we already liked, and it was more. It was just more of what we already liked.
Okay, so 2013. That's more than 10 years ago that came out. The Pokemon Company is only just now realizing that was a good idea, right? So they're bringing it back for the Legends games. So Mega Evolution, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the upcoming Legends ZA, and then the trials in Sun and Moon. And that's it.
I think
in 10 years.
I really like Sun and Moon.
It was fantastic. Honestly, I think Pokemon would do a lot better if I know that they've been doing it since the beginning. But if they got rid of two versions, and I know why they do it. I think it's not a necessity anymore because it's so easy to get what you need from the other. So, both, if you have one, so let's just say for Scarlet and Violet, I had Scarlet, so I had certain Pokemon that I could catch that people that had Violet couldn't catch. So that's supposed to, I guess, get you to trade Pokemon. And then there's like maybe one gym leader that's different. And that's it. And I guess technically the storyline's a little bit different too. The box legendary is different.
What I just need them to do is give the rights to someone, let another developer make a Pokemon game. Just see what happens.
But that's what they did with the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and nobody liked them.
That's different though. They just said, "Here, remake this game."
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
And I don't, why I don't know why people didn't like those games. I played it. It was okay. I mean, it's just Pokemon Diamond or Pokemon Pearl.
Exactly. That's why nobody liked it, because it was a 1-for-1 remake. You could have
Yeah,
just played it on your DS.
That's what I was thinking too. Is like the reason people don't like it is because it doesn't even have any connectivity to the rest of the Pokemon games.
It's like Nintendo forgets why people like things, right?
It's like the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Like people, that was only fun for the first few minutes, and then you realize this is just Pokemon Green or Red.
Like, so Pokemon Heart Gold, it's so revered because they brought new things to it. They had the Pokeathlon, they had follow Pokemon. You know, they added events after the game that weren't in Generation 2. Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, they added Mega Evolution to it. They changed the story at the end. They added the Delta episode. I know we're not going to reach anybody at Game Freak or Nintendo, but why don't they listen to people? There's people who dedicate their lives to being Pokemon YouTubers or Nintendo YouTubers, and they can't even defend them anymore. They love this series so much, and they love these games so much, and even they're like getting burnt out by it. They don't want to play these games anymore, but they have to.
This whole conversation just makes me want to play Pal World.
It makes me want to. I've been playing, Generation 1 in my free time. And I've just been feeling nostalgic for old Pokemon. I just want to play old Pokemon. Anything before Generation 6, I miss it. I think Nintendo would make like so much money if they just went back to their roots and made a 2D Pokemon game, just straight up. Pixelated, pixel art, everything. It really is the age of the indie developer. I mean, look at Peak.
I've been playing some of that studio's other games.
Another Crab's Treasure, right?
Well, Peak was made by 2 developer teams.
Yes.
One is Aggro Crab, which made Another Crab's Treasure and Going Under. But the other one's made by Landfall. And they made like Cluster Truck and stuff like that.
Right. But, the point is, like, Peak is such an amazing game that so many people are playing. I mean, if you look at Twitch right now, like, the amount of people that are playing Mario Kart World and Peak, I think they're pretty dang close. As far as, like, the amount of people streaming it. And that's insane, It's a indie developed game. Let me see. Yeah, 17K viewers for Peak right now. And then for Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart is 10K viewers right now.
Okay. You know how much I love to make fun of people and their mental illness.
That's your one defining trait.
Yeah, that it's actually just my character trait. That's actually on my tooltip whenever you find me in games. So I'm sorry. I'm looking at the reviews for Peak, and I see the one negative review, and it's not that funny in context, but okay. And you know what? I could actually I struggle from this same illness, so I have a little bit of leeway here, but here's the negative review. Please give a toggle for the looker. Recently, in the latest big content update, what I've called the looker, the scout that hides in bushes, rocks, etc., while I appreciate the whimsy and mysterious fashion of the gag, it has made me unable to play the game. I have schizophrenia, like to a severe degree. When I see this thing pop up and hide back in the bushes, it makes me start feeling an unreasonable sense of dread and discomfort. The feeling of being watched is not a pleasant one for me and distresses me to a severe degree. I just want to toggle, disable it, hide it from my game. You guys added a toggle for arachnophobia and cannibalism. I'm practically begging for you to let me disable the looker. It's very distressing to me, and it's made me unable to play the game, and I've been trying to figure out how to mod a way to remove it from my game out of desperation. I want to enjoy the game. I love Peak, but this creature hiding in the foliage is genuinely terrifying me and causing me to be severely paranoid. It garners the same reaction some people get when you tell them there's bugs under their skin, or if you play a knocking sound. It's extremely triggering for me. Again, I love the whimsical and strange endeavors you are adding to the game to give it some mystery, but I just wanted a way to disable the bush fella. Love me some mystery, but I don't love the feeling of being watched by some strange scout in the distance. I cannot play this out of genuine fear and discomfort. 44 people found this review funny.
They found it funny. That's fucked up.
I see where he's coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
I
mean, it's not supposed to be a scary game.
It is. It's in the horror category.
Is it?
It is.
I mean, it's not. I mean, in the sense of maybe
the Scoutmaster.
Yeah, but I mean, at its core, it really isn't a scary game. I mean, there's some scary elements, but it's not.
But what about the scorpions, bro?
But they're not that scary.
Honestly, I think the arachnophobia mode makes them scarier. It turns everything into bing bong.
No, I totally understand where that guy's coming from. That's freaky.
I think my Dasher is confused.
Bring the hat back. That's another negative review.
Oh, yeah. The one they removed. The pith helmet.
Is that the safari hat thing?
Yeah.
It's like a fedora now or something.
Yeah. Kind of funny. They turned, I guess so many people complained that they turned it into the Reddit hat.
I'm not educated enough to know why that's offensive. Because people are saying that they removed it for... Is it because it's like a British explorer thing?
Yeah, it can be seen as a symbol of racism. I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment. Not because I'm racist, but just because it's a fucking hat.
It's not because you're racist.
But, right, that has nothing to do with it. Separate thing. But the hat itself was worn by more than just the colonizers. It was, right. I mean, it was worn by everybody. It's just a hat for tropical weather.
Yeah, it keeps the sun off.
I mean, I don't really care, though. Like, if it makes people feel better to not have the hat in the game, okay.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
And if you really want the hat back in the game, you can just mod it in.
Yeah, I don't care about that hat anyway, so I don't have an opinion on it.
Don't remove my spacesuit.
Don't remove my Speed Racer helmet or I'll be mad.
Oh, I gotta stop that.
Is your DoorDash here? Because you ordered a DoorDash right before we started recording?
No, it's not. My dog is just yelling out the window. Yeah, you want to talk about racist individuals?
Uh-oh.
My dog is very racist.
Against who?
He doesn't like anyone that doesn't look like us.
Yikes. Some dog you got.
I mean, I'm sure I've told this story before, but when we had our internet installed back at my last apartment, it was a big African man, and Dante just was not having it. Like, he was a really, really nice dude, and I hate that I'm about to do this, but Dante was in the bedroom with me and Bailey while the guy's working on the data box on the wall in the living room. And then he's like, hey, I gotta come in here for a second to work on the one in the room. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll just hold on to the dog, he'll be fine. And so the guy comes in the bedroom, he sees Dante on the bed, and he's like, oh, hello, puppy, can I pet you? and Dante screams and pisses everywhere. He didn't react until the guy reached over to try and pet him, and then he lost it.
Oh man. I like to imagine that he didn't like bark or whine or anything. It was just a Zach Hadel scream.
Yeah, it was. It really was like a smiling friends moment.
Oh, that dang dog, man.
He's something else. Can you believe we're both about to be married?
I'm already married.
I know, but both of us.
Oh, both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
If everything goes well. Yeah.
And not to each other.
Yeah, that's happening pretty soon. Like less than 2 months away.
Pretty much.
Then you guys can finally start holding hands and kissing.
Oh, yeah, well. Don't let God know, but I might have held her hand already.
Dude, no way.
Yeah, he won't find out, though.
I'm gonna tell
It's not like I'm going to meet him.
I'm gonna tell the church on you.
Oh, yeah, which church?
The.
Oh, I forgot you're Catholic. You only believe in one church.
I like game shows a lot. I made... So, there was this weird summer camp thing I did. Like, I think I was in middle school. I don't even remember. I was there for No, I was there for filmmaking. Oh, hello, Bluebell. I was there for filmmaking, and I guess I was the only one that signed up for it. So they allowed me to keep taking the class, but I had to sit in with the creative writing people for whatever reason. I don't know, it was weird, but I ended up making a game show through that program. I don't remember the premise, but I think it was a little bit of trivia mixed with a little bit of Wipeout. Do you remember Wipeout?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Yeah. I did.
That used to be my favorite show for like a long time.
I remember, yeah, we used to watch it, me and Tyler. Just because it was what there was to watch. I was thinking more along the lines of something like, kind of like trivia almost, but almost like you're given a prompt and you have to come up with a better answer than your opponent, and then there's like a panel of judges who decide who had the better answer.
What, kind of like at the end of a Miss America contest?
I don't know anything about that, but sure.
But you know, like what would you do to end world hunger? You know?
Oh, yeah, kind of. But it's like you're a cowboy strapped to a train rail, and you got you're just told you have all the basic cowboy equipment, so you're just led to assume what that is, and you're like, how do you escape? And then whoever has the best answer. It's almost like a creative writing contest, but on the spot. Yeah.
I think we could definitely do something like that on the Brothers Network.
And then we just have to coach our judges to make sure that they don't pick... Like, you gotta pick the answer that is, like... Don't pick the one you like the most. Pick the one that is the best.
So, like, the way you're supposed to play Cards Against Humanity... Not the way that people usually play it.
Yeah. But I feel like that's not the hardest part would be finding people who would put in the effort to actually play the game, I think.
We could just find people off Craigslist.
Just be like, well, since I'm a cowboy, I just pull my gun out and I shoot the train.
Like, yeah, nice try. That won't work, idiot.
If they lose in the prompt, they lose in real life. So if they get if they get run over by a train at the end of the prompt, well, you know what that means.
The best part, we can just say, all right, well that's the twist. We'll give them the chance to answer, and then we put their answer to the test. It's like, okay, you have to do that now. So we'll strap them to the rail, and let them try shooting at the train. See if that will work.
A real life.
I think we could come up with something pretty fun. That could be a. Let's brainstorm this a little more.
Yeah, definitely
like
something we can do.
It's like Taskmaster. I really like Taskmaster. Have you ever watched Taskmaster?
A few times.
I love the freedom of being able to interpret directions. That's like my favorite thing. When's your DoorDash getting there?
Soon.
How long is soon?
Like in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so we got 5 minutes to finish this episode.
Or, hear me out. We could have already ended the episode. And I just say bye right now.
We could. Or, I could end the episode before you and say bye right now.
Okay.
Bye.
That's what racing is about.